This man is about to become the first person in history to walk an unbroken path around the Earth. And after 27 years of walking, he's now on the final stretch. You see, Carl Bushby started walking all the way back in 1988 from the very tip of South America in Chile. And he planned to walk all the way back home to the UK without breaking the mission's only two rules. One, he can't use any form of transport to advance. And two, he can't go home until he arrives on foot. But how bro hasn't died yet along the way is nothing short of a miracle, because he has somehow made it through the big three. The first is the Darien Gap, which is a remote, roadless space of jungle between Colombia and Panama, and is commonly known as the most dangerous stretch of jungle in the world. Not only because it's filled with deadly animals, swamps, smugglers, and gangs, but also because while he was walking through, Colombia was an active war zone, and at one point he even said that he had to sneak through front lines as there was fighting. The next time he should have died is when he attempted to become the first person in modern history to walk on foot from America to Russia on a frozen ice bridge called the Bering Strait. It took him 14 days of walking and swimming through freezing temperatures, and at one point he even got swept 52 miles north, because remember, this gap is not frozen solid, so the ice still moves around with the wind. Despite this, he still somehow doesn't die, and he makes it through to the other side. Once in Russia though, they arrested him for multiple weeks, and they actually wanted to give him 5 years in prison. Now luckily he managed to get himself released, but things weren't cruisy from there, because right when he started to make his way through Asia, the Siberia, Mongolia, China, the 2008 financial crisis hit, and he lost a bunch of key sponsors that he was relying on financially. Things got so rough during this period that he said there were days where he would go without food. But it was when he made it to the edge of Asia where he would face his biggest challenge yet, the Caspian Sea. Problem is, if he wanted to walk over it, he would have to enter Russia, and if he wanted to walk below it, he would have to enter Iran. Neither were good options. In fact, he spent over a year in Turkmenistan just trying to figure out a way to proceed, and once he realized the only way to advance was to swim across, Plan Crazy turned into Plan Reality. For the next 31 days, he swam over 300 kilometers across the Caspian Sea, becoming the first person ever to do so. And that's despite him saying that he is a terrible swimmer and he hates it. Once over that hurdle, he then continued across Azerbaijan, Turkey, and then just 2 months ago, now in 2025, he officially entered Europe, the last continent and the home stretch in his nearly 3-decade journey. This man has walked through wars, pandemics, the invention of the smartphone, the launch of the freaking International